Hi, this is Frank with a Frank Opinion. I'm dedicating today's video to a group of wonderful people that I met in Wisconsin 2 weeks ago. I went out there to shake the hand of a fellow by the name of Mike McCabe, a lifetime government reformer who ran for governor this year in Wisconsin. He lost, but he had a powerful message, which I'll kind of talk a little bit about later. He started an organization called Blue Jean Nation, which seeks to empower local groups to bring back a people-centered government as opposed to one that's controlled by moneyed interests. In addition to that, he is supporting Blue Jean Nation, that is, a group of folks in the 3rd Congressional District that are focused on promoting Medicare for all. And these people I met with, they are absolutely fabulous, and I want to give a shout out to some of them. I don't remember all of their names, but some I do. Judith, Jenny, Bob, Ralph, Tanya, hello, and it was a pleasure meeting you, and I hope to meet you again. I also want to give a shout out to the coordinating director of Blue Jean Nation, Beth Hartung, a fabulously gifted and tireless individual that roams around the state meeting with these groups and providing as much help as Blue Jean Nation possibly can. But today I wanted to focus, even though yesterday we had a magnificently stupid decision by a federal judge in Texas declaring that the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, is unconstitutional. I'll address that in my next video. But today I want to concentrate on giving a sense of perspective to all of this. Once again, I want to show you this little bottle. This little bottle contains 2.5 milliliters of something called latanoprost. Latanoprost, I was just giving this medication because I've been diagnosed with the onset of glaucoma in my right eye. It's not serious. It can be stalled by the use of latanoprost. And this little puppy right here, 2.5 milliliters, which equals 2.5 grams, 1-to-1 ratio, will last me maybe 2 weeks. With insurance, I was able to buy this for $5. Without insurance, it's $68. My crazy mind said, gee, what's the price of gold nowadays per gram? And it turns out that the spot price of gold a few days ago was $40.05. The spot price of platinum was $25.61. And take a guess at what the price of latanoprost comes in at per gram. Well, it's high, $27.20. $27.20. If I didn't have insurance, if I was on the ACA and they went up to the Supreme Court, they outlawed it, I'd be paying $68 probably every 2 weeks for the rest of my life. But expensive, this little bottle that I showed you. More perspective. And we know that pharmaceutical companies are completely out of control, but so are the health insurance companies and the hospital associations and the hospital executives. But top 14 big pharma CEOs paid an average of $20 million in 2015. Okay? Leonard Schliefer, the chief executive for Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, in 2016, one-year compensation package of $47.5 million. In that same study that I read in Axios, if you include the CEOs of the insurance companies and the hospital associations, the top 70 CEOs of those 3 health industries averaged $28,500,000 in compensation in 2015. That study indicated that do these folks, CEOs, concentrate on folks' health? Not really. They concentrate on a variety of things that is going to pad their income even more. Sell, sell, sell. Sell as many drugs as you possibly can. Raise prices as often as you can. Make sure that your share price for that company is going up, and support new therapies, procedures, and tests that may require multiple drugs. So for my situation, I may have to, if on January 2nd it looks like this one latanoprost is not working sufficiently, I may have to take 2 sets of drops, 2 different medications per day. When we talk about a public policy goal, it has to be framed in terms of the common good. We currently have over 60 million Americans either uninsured or underinsured. 60 million. We're the only developed country, sane country, humane country, supposedly, that does that. When we have a public policy goal, we should be giving it a sense of time and a sense of vision and a sense of an evaluation of the variables that we can control, or that we have control of, in terms of its implementation. I'm going to submit to you, and I'm going to try to prove that to you in later videos, that Medicare for All not only is the right thing to do from a medical, health, humane standpoint, but it's the only thing that makes sense from a financial, from a fiscal standpoint. The only thing, and that's been corroborated. There's so much information about that, it's ridiculous. So if I had a policy goal for Medicare for All, I might write it something like this. In 3 years, every American citizen and U.S. resident will have comprehensive health insurance without regard to income or wealth. The minute that you put a means test and have class differentiation between who gets health care, good health care insurance, and who doesn't, you wind up having significant problems and a lowering of the health status across 1 million indices for Americans throughout the United States. A public policy goal where we have all the variables, that's distinguished from a public policy goal where we may not be in control of all the variables. So for instance, can we guarantee that we can eradicate infant mortality being below a certain amount? No, we can't. We don't have all the variables. We can measurably reduce it. We may even put a percentage on it. So our goal in 3 to 5 years is to measurably reduce the incidence of infant mortality in the United States. And you go gung-ho and try to achieve it. Yes, you don't control it. In the case of Medicare for All, you can guarantee it because we have all the variables in hand. Quick thoughts. In 2020, presidential candidates, there are at least 45, 46, 47 Democrats that are dreaming about the possibility of running. So there's ample choice. Whoever you select, or whoever the group from which you select, your ultimate choice, make sure that Medicare for All is something that they support robustly, believe in, understand how to get there, that it's not just for political purposes, and then they turn their back on you. It has to be a litmus test. The reason why we need a president that's going to be for Medicare for all in, is because they're going to have to overcome Nancy Pelosi, incoming Speaker, and Chuck Schumer, Senate Leader, their reluctance to support Medicare for All. Primary. One of Mike McCabe's very powerful messages is he lost, but he says his campaign was a winner. Why? Because he primaried someone, an incumbent, that and changed the conversation, moved fellow candidates that were in the primary to a better position, a more progressive position, one that means a lot for Wisconsin citizens. So he advocates primary, even incumbents in your own party. Good idea. Mike's got it there. There is already an aggressive campaign to make anybody that talks about Medicare for All a radical, a left, a socialist, but there's a new word, watch out for, ideologue. And this came up a couple of days ago in Morning Joe, MSNBC. Watch out for MSNBC, they're not necessarily on the side of Medicare for All. In terms of a play on words, it dawned on me that while we're praying, if you have some type of religious affiliation, and you do pray, understand that the health industry is preying on Americans. The first one, what we may do every morning or every night, is P-R-A-Y. What they're doing is P-R-E-Y, and they're having our lunch. Last thought, the word evangelical. I am now, I may even do a t-shirt up like this, an evangelical for Medicare for all. What's the generic definition? Marked by an ardent or tenacious enthusiasm for a cause. You can count me in on that one. I'm an evangelical for Medicare for all, and I hope you become one also. Thanks.